Scorpio. Welcome to your new moon in Taurus reading for May 19, 2023. New moons bring in new cycles. We have no eclipses, so this should be a 2 to 4 week period. But for the next 2 weeks, your theme is the Hermit. On this card, it gives you a maybe. So there's that. This is knowledge and wisdom. It is older people or the elders. It's an expert, somebody who has figured it all out already. We can be searching for answers or information, and we may feel like pulling ourselves out of society a little bit. We may feel isolated, or maybe we may want to be a little more isolated. But the Hermit is really like going within and digesting information so that we can come out and help other people and really, like I said, become an expert in what it is that we're delving into. Okay, so let's see how that plays out for you. You have the Emperor card here. This is authority figure, but the first thing that came to mind was taking matters into your own hands. That was the first thing I wanted to say, without even thinking about it. So it is kind of becoming your own authority on situations, right? A lot of the times we look to other people, like the Hermit. The Hermit goes in search of answers, right? But then he becomes his own authority. He takes all the information, he digests it, and he comes to his conclusions and becomes an authority. Again, 9 is the end of a cycle, so we've gone through 1 through 9, and this is the accumulation, the cumulative information and energy of that particular cycle. The Emperor card is authority, the father figures, males, important males in our lives, the idea of masculinity and the idea of what males have represented in our life, like our father figures or the boss that we're under, people in authority. The Emperor can reign with an iron fist, or he can make laws and regulations that are good for everyone involved. Okay, so you have some feelings about emperors, about authority figures or male figures in your life. And there is some fogginess, or something is a bit unclear where the moon is concerned. Those are deep subconscious fears that come up to show us that we have this particular fear, and once we face it, it no longer has a hold on us. This can also be your intuitive psychic, because we're talking Scorpio here. This can be your intuitive energy that is strong at the moment, and this can be directed towards people in authority, father figures, grandfathers, important males in your life. But it can also be intuition into your own authority, your own, maybe if you are starting a business of your own, that kind of thing, your own authority, whether you're male or female, doesn't matter. Okay, you have the Three of Wands here. You're behaving as the Three of Wands, so you're looking out for allies. You're looking out to the larger world to find answers, to find people and situations that can help your own situation out. The Three of Wands is, 3 is always it's Trinity, right? So it's a collective, it's collaborative efforts. But it is, in a sense, you're trying to further your own passions or your own idea, your own product, and you're looking out into the larger world to see if there's some help. So this can even be like taking a workshop, right? Reading books on the matters. It's looking for that information, which goes well with the Hermit. We're out there, we're looking to see what is going on that can quell these thoughts or these questions that we have, those things that are unclear, in order to move forward and to create strong, firm foundations in any situation that you may be dealing with. Okay, you have the Page of Wands here, so this is my Sagittarius card. This is somebody who, it's my student card. So you are definitely learning something during this period to get to this point, to get to the Emperor point, because this is what's new coming in, right? We're going to be our own authority on something. Or there can be a new male that's in our situation, our life. And you're behaving like the Page of Wands. So this is like, let me learn more. I need to learn more. First I need to learn more. I want to expand my experience, expand my mind, expand my philosophy, because the Page of Wands is the great philosopher. Okay. So the Lover's card says there is a choice, but for me this is very much about commitment. Oh, hold on. I have to do stupid things. So this can be about commitment, right? Cartoon figures, go figure. The Lover's card, he is looking at her. That's a very mundane. So these are the three stages of love with the Lovers, right? The three stages of commitment. He has a very earthy love for the female, right? She has a very spiritual love for the angel. So it's somehow between that passion that we have of the mundane to the more ethereal commitment to something bigger than ourselves, bigger than the earthly desires that we have. That's the Lovers. Fork in the road, a choice to make. But remember, the major arcana are concepts, right? They are the language of the spirit, of the soul, and not our mundane daily activity. Maybe you have some difficulty where commitment is concerned, or making that choice. You just feel like your hands are tied right now. And what it is that you need to do or need to get done. The Eight of Swords is feeling like our hands are tied, and the more we struggle with the situation, the deeper we seem to dig ourselves into that mire, into that mud. But the Eight of Swords says you're putting too much effort into this at the moment, and you should wait for the time when the situation comes back around in your favor. So if you're a female, you may be dealing with two different people that you are interested in. And who do I commit to? What's the proper way to figure that out? Because the Eight of Swords, the 8 is mental energy. All right. Yeah. The fear can definitely be about commitment. But it can also be business, right? So let's say this is a business deal that we're talking about here. You may be talking to CEOs. You may be talking to people in charge here. You may be getting permission for something, or permits even, for certain things. You may have to, this is my student card, so maybe you're preparing for the new school year after the summer, and you have to fill out forms. You have to get your loans in order, your grants, and that sort of thing with the Hierophant. And you don't know what, because the moon is there, you don't know what it holds for you. You don't know if you're going to get it. You're not sure you're going to get the permission. You're not sure you're going to that particular school again. You're not sure that you're going to take on this role as a entrepreneur or an authoritative position, right? The Hierophant is for me no. It's my no card. But it's also blocks or like having to jump through hoops, stand in line, fill out forms. It's that kind of energy, right? It's very Kafka-esque. It can be frustrating, and that's why the moon is there, right? We don't see clearly what is happening. We may be searching, right, because we're the hermit here, we may be searching out information from people who know already, who have been there, done that, become the expert, have even started their own organization, right? We may be searching these people out to find answers to the questions that we're not quite aware of. And again, Page of Wands means that we're the student here. This is you and how you're dealing with the situation, and this is the student card. With the Hermit as a theme, we're searching for answers. We're looking for those, for that information that will quell any questions that we have. See, the high priestess. These are the things that are going on behind the scenes. These are the mysteries. These are the things that, this is the structure on which we put the fine details on, right? So it's the structure. How did they do it? Can I get a book that will give me that information? The high priestess are the things that we don't see but nevertheless exist, right? These are the mysteries. But they exist. They're just veiled. They're blanketed. We have bones. That is our structure on which everything is built upon. But we don't see the bones, right? We don't see them. But they're there. We know they're there. We just can't see them. It's that kind of energy. Nice. Ace of Pentacles. Excellent. See, it turns around in your favor. This is an offer, a very firm offer. It's a tangible offer. It's a path that you can go down, that if you go down this path, of course there's challenges and rewards, but by the end of that cycle, you have a nice big money tree. If it is nurtured, if it is taken care of, it is a seed. The Ace of Pentacles is a seed for the future that takes some time, but can become very tangible. It does sort of mean, though, that you have to leave the comfort of what you are in at the moment. That path leads out. That path leads out into the wild. Here you have a wonderfully manicured, you know what you have in your garden. You have roses and you have lilies, right? You know what you grow there. But out there, outside of that pathway, is the wilderness. We don't know what's out there. But I think we're willing to take that chance. I think it is a very nice offer, the Ace of Pentacles. And were we to stay in the same situation, there would be no growth. So the idea here is, again, you're the Page of Wands. You want to expand your experience. And you are being given the opportunity to do that. You just have to make that choice. You just have to take that first step and say, okay, yes. But for some reason, you feel like you can't do that just yet. And it's very possible that autumn, no, I'm sorry, this is the spring, so it can still be in the springtime, because spring is when you plant your seeds, so it can still be within the springtime, so that's before June 21st. That is certainly within the 2 weeks, and I'm assuming by the end of the 2 weeks, you may have an offer and an answer to that, to the things that you don't quite see or have clarity on just yet. So what does Spirit want you to know? You have the Three of Swords. So you can be dealing with a broken heart. There's this sort of suffering or even martyrdom or sorrow that you are dealing with in the next 2 weeks, but you get relief from it. This is healing from a broken heart. This is healing from mental and emotional upheaval. And there's growth here and acceptance of what was so that you can move forward. Okay. I hope it's been helpful. I find it to be quite clear. I'll return in 2 weeks with a full moon reading. Thank you for listening. I do dailies, and I'll talk to you in 2 weeks. Take care. Bye.